Hello everybody, this is Strawberry Singh, and today I am going to talk to you about a very exciting update. Yes, we are finally at the Maitreya Bento update. If you have previously owned the Maitreya Lara body, and if you have not as of yet detached it and reattached it yet, I suggest you do that. If you do that, you will receive a Maitreya body 4.0, which will have the Bento update to it, and it is a completely free update. And if you had not purchased the Maitreya body as of yet and you'd like to now, the price of the body is $27.50 and it is available at the Maitreya main store. Everything that I'm wearing right now and more information about the Bento update and links to the Maitreya main store and all the different things that I'm about to talk about will be also listed in my blog post. Please find that in the description of this video and just click on it and you'll find it there. And so I wanted to talk to you about this update a little bit. First, what the update actually did was just update nothing else has changed on the body. The only thing that has been updated are the hands themselves. The hands have been updated and they are rigged to the bento bones. That means since the hands have been updated and rigged to the bento bones, you can use any kind of bento animations to animate them, to move the fingers around. Right now I am currently using the Vista Miriam Bento Animation Overrider AO. And as you can see, it is working with my Maitreya Bento hands. I'm posing my hands, my fingers are moving, they're animating, so it works well with the Vista HUD, and it works well with a bunch of other things, and I'll explain that more in detail a little bit later in the video. But first let me tell you more about the Bento update to Maitreya itself. Another thing that was updated was the HUD itself. The HUD is, I'm just going to move this over right now. The HUD looks exactly the same in the alpha section and the layer section. Nothing has changed in any of those two tabs. But in the skins and options tabs, you'll notice at the bottom and over here we have some updates. We have new nails, two new nails that we can choose from. We have stiletto and almond nails, and we also have an option to completely turn the nails off if you need to. And then we also have 14 hand poses at the bottom, so we can 14 poses to choose from. Now these are poses and they're not animations, so when you click on them, they're not going to be like animating back and forth. They're just going to stay in that one pose. These are high priority poses, so they will go over. Like right now I'm using the AO, but if I decide to use one of these poses, since they're high priority, it's going to go over whatever AO or animation I'm using. Now I'm hiding my hands behind me so you can't see, but you see how my hands are closed no matter what. I can also do a different sign, so they will override whatever animation or pose that you were using before, since they're high priority. But again, you can stop it and then it'll go back to using the animations from the Vista AO. So that's how these work. And if you stop the animation and you're not using a Bento AO and you're using a regular non-Bento AO, what they do is they stay in a one of the, I think it's the first pose, and they stay like that. They don't animate or anything. They stay posed, and it's a low priority pose that they stay in, so it can be overridden with other animations and so forth. You can't see my hands again. I'm hiding them again, but this is the pose that they stay in when you are not using a bento animation for them. Okay, so that's how that works. I wanted to explain that. And again, we have a lot of poses to choose from, and let me show you that quickly. So it's in the first pose right now, and I'm just going to go through that hand so you guys can see. So these are all the 14 poses that it comes with, and as you can see, it's just animating the hands really well. Very well done poses. So you can use these to animate your hands anytime you like. And then I wanted to show you some other poses that I have that are bento poses that also work with it. So I'm just going to stop this other pose. So this pose is these are some bento poses from Pink Hustler. So they have a great selection of poses in their store, a lot of great bento poses. They really move the hands around, can do a lot with them. And they have a lot of heart poses in there as well. I think they have a set of three sets of different poses that you can choose from. There's a bunch of heart ones like this, and some different like camera poses and different things. They're really cute poses. So you see they work well with the pink hustler poses. The other poses, another thing I showed you that they work with the Vista Miriam AO. I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to show you, I also have another AO. The other AO I have is from Voir, and it's called Cool Girl AO, and I'm wearing it on the side over here. I'm going to link to that as well. So I'm going to turn the Cool Girl AO on so you guys can see that it's working with this. Has really interesting standing animations, but you see the hands? They're pointing and different things. This Cool Girl AO is a lot more animated than what I'm used to, so I don't wear it that often. But it's a cute little AO. And it's got different standing animations and so forth. And another thing it actually had was a free dance in there. It's called the Pulp Fiction dance. So if I play that, you can see the hands animating in there as well. So this is kind of a cute, their version of the Pulp Fiction dance, which is cute. So this came with the Voir Cool Girl AO. So I'm going to stop this dance. You just click on it again and then you hit stop. And then Vista also has their own version of the Pulp Fiction dance as well. And that's on Marketplace for I think like 99 lindens. Let me turn the AO off, sorry. And you can see the hands animate as well. So you see that a lot of people are asking me, oh, do these bento hands work with the Vista AO or the other bento poses or animations? And yes, they do. They actually do work with different poses and animations. Essentially, all items that are rigged to bento bones should work with most bento animations and AOs. There is one that they don't work with, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Now, if you take a look at my hands, I'm going to put them in a regular pose right now using the Maitreya. So, okay. So if you have the Slink update from about a month ago, they sent out an update for their bento hands. And in there, they also have a basic static pose HUD. So if you try to use that pose HUD on either the the Vista bento hands or the Maitreya bento hands, it'll actually break them. You see those knuckles? Do you see how that happened? It kind of like sunken in here a little bit, and I'll show you if I do like a different pose or something. You'll see that it kind of breaks the hands, and it doesn't actually work. Okay, so the reason that this bento, the Slink HUD doesn't work with the Vista or the Maitreya hands is, no, I'm not a very technical person, but what I was told is the reason that they don't work with the Slink HUD is because the Slink animations have bone positions translation in them, which is a setting in a software called Blender that can be turned on. So if that setting is turned on, then it makes the animations a lot less compatible with other bento items. So these animations, they work great with the Slink hands, but they won't work with the Maitreya or the Vista hands. They break them. Now I'm going to close the Slink HUD, and you'll see right away the hands will pop back and they'll look normal again. You see that? Did you see how they went back to normal? So that happens with both the Vista and the Slink hand, with the Maitreya hands, for me using the Slink HUD. So that is the only one that I've come across that does that. I have another HUD that has also some other animations. Let me show you quickly. It's from Hopscotch, and it's called Handy Expressions, and they're also bento expressions. So I'll show you these ones. So if you try these, oh, I have to stop the animation first. 1 second. There we go. Okay. There we go. See? So and the fingers are not breaking, as you can see. They look normal, just like they did with the Maitreya poses. So essentially, all bento hands that are rigged to the bento bones should work with all bento animations and AOs without any issues, unless the animations have that bone position translation. So they should all work, but I highly suggest that you guys definitely try picking up a demo and trying it out before you purchase any animations or AOs. But as you can see, the Voir and the Vista are working well with these hands. So I've already tested those for you. I know there's a lot of other Bento animations and AOs coming out, so make sure you try the demos with your Bento hands, whichever ones you choose to wear, and make sure that they do work well with them, which I'm sure that they will. And also there is a lot of confusion going on when it comes to Bento, surrounding Bento. I think a lot of people don't really understand what Bento is, so I'm just going to quickly try and explain it again, and hopefully I'll do a good job. But basically what Linden Lab has done is they've added additional bones to the Second Life avatar skeleton, okay, to support both rigging and animation. So now there are 106 new bones added for Bento, okay, and there's two great lists online. There's on the wiki page, they have every single new bento bone listed and what it does and all that. And I'm going to link to this page from my blog post, and also on the Avistar bento website as well. I'm going to link to this page as well, the SL Skeleton website for Avistar. They tell you what the basic bones are in the Second Life skeleton, and then they tell you all the extended bones and the attachment points, and they show you all of the bones that have been added. So you can see from this website that we have 44 new regular bones for the face, 46, sorry, and then there's 15 per hand, and there's like for tail bones, so that's why we're getting, and then for wings, so that's why we're getting a lot of bento tails and bento wings and bento hands and bento heads, and because those are what the bones were added. Now, on the Second Life marketplace, I've noticed some people selling items that shouldn't really be bento, like bento feet, bento internal organs, different things that people, I think because there's a bento craze going on, people are just writing the word bento in their items to sell them. So make sure before you purchase anything thinking that it's bento that you do your research first, read those two websites that I'm going to link to, and make sure what you're buying is what really rigged to bento bones and not just stating that it's a bento for, just for, I'm not calling anybody a scam, but it could be a scam. So I'm just saying, just be careful before making any purchases. Do your research first, and I'll read those two websites. I'm going to link to them from my blog post. So make sure you click on over and check out all the bones that were added and what more we can expect from designers. So you'll be seeing a lot of bento tails, bento wings, bento hands, and bento heads coming out. But other parts of the body, I'm not sure. And of course, there's like full bento avatars, like horses and other animals and so forth. But for human body, I don't really expect to see any other bento parts. So now you see the Maitreya body is bento enabled, right? Because of the bento hands. We're not going to see any other bento parts coming from mesh bodies, from human mesh bodies, as far as I know, as far as I can tell from my research. So if if I make any mistakes in this, or you have more information, please do share it in the comments. Let's educate each other and make informed decisions. So that's all I wanted to share. I really wanted to tell you that this is a new dress from Blueberry. It's gorgeous. I believe it's in the main store. I'm gonna have a link to it. It's probably one of the most beautiful gowns I've seen on SL. A lot of options. And before I end this, I wanted to show you a few more things about the Maitreya HUD, since I've never actually done a video about the Maitreya HUD. I wanted to just show you that the Maitreya body is one of my favorite bodies, and mainly because of the way, first of all, I love the shape, because I'm not a girl that wants to be too skinny or too big. I kind of like being a little bit curvy and in the middle, and I think the shape suits me very, very well. I like the way I look in this shape. I like the way it looks on me. With other bodies I've tried, you know, you can look a lot more shapelier, you can look slimmer, and that's great, but I think this one works well for me. And then on top of that, the HUD is just really convenient. The alphas are, you know, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of shortcuts for the alphas. They have alpha save slots at the bottom, which I normally never use because I actually don't use the alphas as much anymore because of the alpha hide. It just kind of automatically happens. Maitreya has this great thing called alpha hide that designers can put into their clothing, though it makes our lives a lot easier. So, and the other part is the layers. They have mask mode for all their layers. They have tattoo, underwear, and clothing layers, a socks layer, gloves layer. They have shine on their different layers as well. And if you want to add shine to your body, you'll find it in the skin and options section. If you look at my body, it's getting like crazy shiny here. You can increase that, you can decrease that, you can turn it off and on. They have a neck fix over here. You can play with the sizing to fit your mesh heads better or your default head better. And now they have updated nails, and they have all 3 feet in one, so I can choose, I can move around depending on which shoe I'm wearing and easily change it. And of course these are Glam Affair skin tones, so they're already, you know, set for you in the HUD, and now they've also added the hand poses. So it's like the HUD is really compact, it's great, all in one, everything's in there, really convenient, and I really like it a lot. And just so you guys know, even though I'm wearing so many items and all that, and even like an old mesh pre-mesh ring, my complexity is still under 100,000. I'm wearing a lot of jewelry and everything, and I'm only at around 70,000. So even with the Bento update and everything, the complexity is really nice, really decent on this body. So that was one thing that I wanted to show you. And one final thing I wanted to show you guys is I wanted to talk about rings. When you're wearing Bento hands, and you're wearing any of your old rings, I've talked about this in the Vista video that I did a while back, but I wanted to point it out again because I know a lot of people get worried, oh, now I can't wear my rings anymore. Now, I'm wearing a very old ring from a store I don't think is even in SL anymore. I believe the name of the store was Donna Flora, and she made gorgeous rings. And this is I'm talking about, this is like 2010, so this is pre-mesh and everything. And the way that the ring was made, it was usually rings are attached to your right hand or your left hand, and then when it comes to Bento, when you're moving your fingers, what happens if it's not a Bento rigged a ring, then when you're moving your hands around, the ring doesn't move, right? Here, I'll show you. Right now, the ring is moving because what I did was I detached it from my hand and I reattached it to my right ring finger, and I repositioned it. So now it's rigged to my hand and it's moving along with my hands. Now I'm going to show you an example of a ring that won't move along with your hand because it's not attached either to your ring finger or it's not Bento rigged. So I'm going to pull out one of my older rings. It's from Paper Couture. It's called Golden Wings ring. It's pre-mesh again, as you can see, it's like prims, and right now it's attached. I'm wearing it on my left hand, okay? And it's not rigged to the Maitreya hand. So when I use the Bento poses and I start posing my hand, you'll see that it's floating, right? It's not moving along with the hand. So what I want to do is I want to detach this ring, and I made a copy of it first, right? I went copy and then I just pasted it, and you want to reattach that ring, and you want to go to attach to, and then you want to find left ring finger because I'm attaching it to my left hand. So you want to go to attach to and then left ring finger, and once you attach to that, it's going to be not like far away, and then you just right click edit, and then you can position it properly onto your finger. And I did that earlier, so I'm going to wear that one. So if this is the one that I had positioned properly because it took me a bit to position it. So it says I'm wearing it on my left ring finger now, and now it is going to move along with my Bento. I keep opening the wrong HUD. With my Bento poses. So if I go with this one, see, it's moving with my finger now, and it won't be floating anywhere. So all your old rings, you can attach it to your ring finger. It has to be on the ring finger. It cannot be on any other finger. It has to be on either the right ring finger or the left ring finger, and it will move along with your bento animations then. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. Don't throw your old rings away, your old wedding rings or anything like that. Just reattach them to the left or right ring fingers, and then they'll move along with the bento animations. And that's it, you guys. I just wanted to share that with you and show you the new update from Maitreya. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you have any customer support issues or anything like that, please contact Maitreya customer support. See the Onyx Lachelle's the designer, her profile, and see how she likes to be contacted for customer support. And please do contact her, because it's a very difficult for me to offer customer support for different parts. I know a lot of people contact me if they have questions about bento heads or mesh bodies or anything, and I honestly, a lot of times I don't feel comfortable answering in case I give the wrong answer. So it's better if you guys go directly to the source and get the information from there. And I always put the designers' names in my blog post, so click on over for all that information. And I hope you liked today's post, and I hope you have fun with your new bento parts and updates. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.